Hello again. This video will cover how I designed the course and what the basic expectations are. So I felt very torn about how to approach this class. I know we're all going through it in some way or another, and I really didn't want this class to be sort of a drag on our energy or time. I don't know about you guys, but my energy level and ability to focus has been super low. So the way I decided to go about it is to pick readings that I felt were really exciting. Readings that had really stuck with me, inspire me, changed how I think about the country, the world, and every week I'll record a video talking about the reading and what I find interesting, exciting about it, and hopefully that'll keep my energy up and the enthusiasm will rub off on you guys. So we'll cover 3 units on the themes of race and ethnicity, gender and sexuality, and nation and empire. And each unit will contain 4 weeks of material. Each week will be a different scholar. So 4 weeks on race and ethnicity, 4 weeks on gender and sexuality, 4 weeks on nation and empire. And everything is on the homepage of the Blackboard course website. I hope everything's really easy to find. So you have each unit, you open each unit, each week is there. Each week is set up as a module, so you open it and you go through the videos, the readings, and the assignments. I suggest you do them in the order that they are there, but you can jump around if you want. If you have trouble finding anything or have suggestions as to how it could be better organized, I'm sure many of you have a lot more experience with online courses than I do. So each week you'll watch about 10 to 20 minutes of videos and you'll do about 20 to 30 pages of reading. And the readings and the videos complement one another. So you should do both of them, but feel free to lean on whichever is more helpful to you. I included both to give people different entry points depending on how they learn best and how they can best focus, again, given everything that's going on right now. These are all books and articles that I've read in grad school, so if you're interested in grad school, particularly in the humanities, here's a little taste of what that might look like. And the books are pretty much all available for free as ebooks on Rutgers Library if you're interested in reading more. So in terms of the assignments, each week you'll do 2 things, and it'll be the same 2 things every week. So the first is a very brief reading reflection. This will be 200 to 500 words, so short. 200 words is 1 page double-spaced, 500 is 2. You can type them right into the text editor on Blackboard. There's a little word counter in the bottom right, or you can attach it as a Word document. And the purpose of this very short assignment is just to help you process the material and help me know that you're learning. So you don't need to worry about, thesis statements, grammar, fancy academic vocabulary. It's not an essay. It's really just for me to know that you're, doing the work, you're following along, and get a sense of your thoughts on it, which could very well be very different from mine, and that's great and interesting. So we'll be answering the same question every week, pretty much. So again, you don't need to be, changing it up every week. The main question that we'll be answering every week is, how does this author challenge or expand your idea of America or Americans? And I went with this question because I wanted to keep it really personal. Again, I chose the readings because they're ones that really challenged or expanded my understanding of America or Americans, and I figured, let's just see if it has the same effect on you. So there's not a right answer. It's not a quiz. Again, it's just to show that you're seriously engaging in the material. So we'll answer that question every single week, and then we'll add a question each unit. So for Unit 2, we'll add a question about intersectionality. For Unit 3, we'll add a question about transnationalism. And if you don't know what those terms mean, no worries, we'll be talking about them a lot more. The second thing you'll be doing is a discussion board post. So I considered digging through the internet to find cool articles and memes and music and videos that related to the material, but I decided that you would all do a way better job of this. So the discussion board posts are where you will make those connections for us. And The thing that you are expected to post could really be anything from popular media or culture, as long as it's not academic scholarship, right? So it could be a newspaper article, it could be a social media post, a meme, a music video, you know, a TikTok, things that I don't really know much about. Anything that you think, right, relates in a serious way, right, in a legitimate way to the reading that we did. And you'll post it in any fashion, really. It could be a link, it could be embedded right in the post, and then just write a couple sentences, why you chose it, how you think it's related. 100 words, so, you know, just a few sentences. So you do that every week, and that's also, a link to that is in each weekly module. In order to make a post on a discussion board, you have to create a new thread, which I always find confusing, but hopefully you'll get the gist of it. And you don't have to read or comment on each other's posts. I know that's like a typical thing in an online class, but I just decided I wanted to keep it simple and not add that layer of complexity. So you don't have to read each other's posts, but I'm sure there'll be some cool stuff in there. So I suggest it. So that's the second assignment. So you've got the reflection, the discussion board post, and then at the end of the semester there'll be a final reflection. This will also be pretty short, low-key, informal. I'll ask you a few questions that may change depending on how the semester goes, but I gave you an idea in the syllabus of what they might be. So things like talk about what American Studies is, talk about the reading you thought was the most interesting, talk about the reading you thought was the least interesting, and potentially talk about, you know, hypothetical American Studies project you might want to do. And I'll talk about that more in the next video on American Studies. And the final reflection is due the last week of class. The reason I did that was to give us a few weeks before grades are due to just deal with anything that might be incomplete or you know, just not up to par. I don't want us to have to go into Christmas still working on things, and I really want everyone to just get a good grade so this class can add something positive to an otherwise pretty difficult time. So yeah, in terms of grading, you know, I'm usually kind of a hard ass about grading, and I really had to do some soul searching with regard to this semester, and I just decided that now is not the time for tough love when it comes to grading. So I'm going to be pretty low-key. As long as you complete the work and show that you're seriously thinking about the material, you'll do fine. There is a rubric at the end of the syllabus, so you can see more specifically how I'm thinking about grading, and if you have any questions about it, post it on the discussion board where I have a section for questions, general questions. In terms of workload, I anticipate the work will take you 4 to 5 hours each week, and I suggest setting aside 1 or 2 times sort of predictably each week to work on it. The deadlines are always Sunday at midnight, so the reflection and the discussion board post are always due every week Sunday at midnight, and I did that so you don't have to keep checking the syllabus to wonder when things are due. So every Sunday at midnight something is due, and it's pretty much the same thing every week. Just the reading changes, and I did it on Sunday, so if you work during the week or have other responsibilities, you have the weekend to work on it. But if you want your weekend to do other things, then feel free to submit everything earlier, you know, on Thursday, Friday, whenever. So it's, you know, up to your pace as long as each week, right, you're moving along in the syllabus. We won't be meeting as a group, but I do hope to get to meet each and every one of you. So I hope you'll schedule a mentoring session with me. And I call them mentoring sessions because I know the term office hours can be kind of intimidating. And for me, the purpose of these meetings, or what I love about these meetings, is to get to know you and how I can support whatever your aspirations for the future are. I know I would not be where I am without some great mentors, and, you know, maybe I can become a mentor for 1 or 2 of you. And even if I don't become your, you know, mentor in a lifelong sense, I'm still, you know, willing and hopeful that I can support you in whatever way you might need. with regard to the course or with regard to school in general or your career or life in general. So the first thing I need you to do next is post any general questions you have on the discussion board. I have a link to it on the next page of this module. There's a specific section for general questions. If you have a question, other people probably have the same question, so post it there and I can answer it and you can look and see what others have asked. If you have a question that's very specific to your personal situation, don't put it there, email me. And especially if this has to do with disability access or access to technology, email me as soon as possible so we can make whatever accommodations are necessary. And then what I need you to do is fill out the student survey, which is on the next page of the module, and then watch the video and do the reading about what is American Studies. And I don't have an assignment due this week about the What is American Studies material because I didn't want to give you something else due the first week, but I highly encourage you to watch and read this material this week because otherwise you'll spend the whole semester wondering what this class is about. So with that said, I again welcome you. Hope this can be a positive experience for you this semester and look forward to getting to know and learning from each of you.